idiot.
Look, for my service, I actually don't remember children. Like, you know, I have some memories of Palestinian children when you burst into houses in the middle of the night and children start to cry or whatever. But these are the vague memories I have from my service. Because just the idea that there is children and adults is not an idea that you have there. Okay, when you're in uniform, it's them and us.
I want people to think what they would do if their 5-year-old child was being taken by an occupier's army, even by your local police.
Gabi Lasky is een vooraanstaande Israëlische advocate die Palestijnen verdedigt.
If a 5-year-old was being held by an authority that is not you, you would do anything in order to try to get your child back. Military courts are the long arm of occupation. We are not talking about courts of justice. We are talking about courts of occupation.
Look, I grew up believing that our actions as a military in the occupied territories are here to protect Israel from terrorism. What I've learned from my 3 years of service and 9 years of activism in breaking the silence, after reading testimonies of over 950 soldiers, is that the main story here is about maintaining our absolute military control over Palestinians.
Volgens de Palestijnen werken de soldaten samen met de kolonisten. Op deze beelden van een Zweedse documentairemaker vallen kolonisten Palestijnse kinderen aan, terwijl soldaten toekijken.
I see, go there!
Okay, bye.
En hier schiet een kolonist met scherp en raakt een jonge Palestijn in het hoofd. Ook nu kijken de soldaten toe.
When we see settlers attacking a Palestinian, our orders are not to intervene.
Palestijnse kinderen worden van 2 kanten bedreigd. Nachtelijke arrestaties door het leger en geweld van kolonisten. Deze kinderen moeten iedere dag voorbij een voorpost van de kolonisten op weg naar de school. Door de toenemende aanvallen van kolonisten moeten soldaten de kinderen escorteren. Maar de school is vandaag eerder uit en de soldaten zijn er nog niet. De kinderen staan er alleen voor. Ze krijgen alleen hulp van een Israëlische vrijwilliger die met zijn camera de kolonisten hoopt af te schrikken.
How do you feel, though? You're a Jewish Israeli. How do you feel about this?
I can't describe this in words because I feel myself as partly a Holocaust survivor because my grandfather was a Holocaust survivor. He was partisan. He ran away for a few years and all his family died in the Holocaust. And I don't get it how from one who was suffering from all those stuff, we became people that are making other people suffering for our behavior. It's break me. It's really break me.
Maar er is leed aan beide zijden. De 3-jarige Adele Britton liep een hersenbeschadiging op. Misschien herstelt ze nooit meer.
8 months ago, I was driving back from my parents' home, back to my home in Yakil, when Palestinian terrorists threw a large building stones on my car. The building stones hit Adele's head and also caused me to bump into a truck. We fighting together to get her back to life. I don't think that it's fair for her to sleep here in the bed and don't do things like children in her age. It's not fair.
When someone throws stones or blocks, building blocks, whether they're Palestinian or Jewish, do you think it should be the same law for both?
For both, because we need to highlight the word stones kills. Stones kills.
Her 3-year-old child is basically is still in hospital, and it's unlikely that she will recover from that event. That is terrorism.
Luitenant-kolonel Hirsch zegt dat er na die aanval arrestaties zijn geweest.
We're now dealing with 5 miners who threw stones at some 20-odd cars on a fast road at night time. They stood as a group at the side of the road and pounded the passing cars with stones. They hit a number of cars on the way.
If you throw a stone at a vehicle traveling at 70 kilometers an hour, that can kill. There's no question it can be very dangerous. And that's why I think it's so important to look at the evidence. The evidence collected by the Israeli organization B'Tselem shows that since November 2000, 4 people have been killed in the West Bank from people throwing stones at vehicles. 1 was a Palestinian, 3 were Israeli settlers, 2 of those were infants.
Met stenen gooien kan gevaarlijk zijn, maar volgens critici wordt dat gebruikt om willekeurig Palestijnse kinderen te arresteren. Als Qusay Samara om 2 uur 's morgens van zijn bed wordt gelicht, weet hij niet wat hem te wachten staat.
كان يضربوا فيي شلاليط على بطني كفوف على وجهي فسحبوني من بلوزتي ورفعوني وأخذوني من الفرشة.
He saw soldiers in his bedroom, which was a very frightening experience for him. One of the soldiers kicked him with his boot. He grabbed him from his t-shirt, pulled him out of bed, and dragged him outside. Qusay watched his father totally helpless, his mother crying and shouting, unable to do anything, his younger siblings, his sisters, totally devastated by what was going on.
Qusay wordt in een legervoertuig naar een verhoorcentrum gebracht.
وطلعت السيارة وكان يضرب فيي ما رضي يخليني لا استعمل الحمام لا انام لا اكل ولا اشي ضل واقف ممنوع اتحرك كل ما اسوي اشي يضربني